All right, guys, so we are finally gonna jump into this CG today, and I'm trying to take it easy, so I don't know how much I'm gonna get done, but I'm gonna try my best to go ahead and get this entire engine and trans pulled, and that way we can later this week go ahead and pull the trans off, inspect everything, and just kind of start preparing for when we do get the new engine, which I have not gotten one yet, but you know, I'm leaning more towards the next week or so, trying to go on and get it. I might still try to get the one from the neighbor, but I don't know. I kind of rather would get the JDM engine if I can dish out that extra $100, just so I can have a better peace of mind and know that when I stick it in here, we're gonna have, like, you know, low mileage and a lot more reliability. Again, these motors are pretty bulletproof, so it's kind of hard to mess them up, you know, but I feel like if you're gonna do the work, we might as well do it the right way. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. It just might take me a little bit longer to get the engine and stuff for it, but we will be swapping one into this car. So I just had a little free time today, and I figured I'd go ahead and start snatching this out, and that way it'll be less work when we do get the new engine. Now, if you're a first timer doing this, I like to try to work in stages. The good thing about the CG chassis is the only thing you really have to do under the car is the exhaust and the axles. Those are like the only two things. It's not like a Civic where you got like the bitch pin set up and all that stuff. This is like strictly everything is from the top of this car. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is start just getting everything out of the engine bay that's gotta come out to get the engine out. So we'll start with the battery, of course, airbox, radiator, and then I also pull a lot of the accessories off, well, pretty much all of the accessories off on this side here. And the AC works, so you just tuck that back out of the way. Once you take the radiator out, you have a whole lot of space. You can pull that all the way back out of your way. And yeah, just go ahead around and take like the gas feed line and return lines off, the throttle cables off, any grounds that we might run across off. With the CGs, unlike like the 97 and older Accords, the CG actually, the wire harness goes all the way inside and plugs into your ECU. So some people take it off of the engine and leave the harness in the car. That's stupid to me. I would prefer just unplug. It's like 3 plugs. Yeah, they're kind of tough because the ECU is behind the dash kind of on these, but you get those out, you can pull the entire harness out of the car. And it's a lot easier to swap everything over with the engine sitting in the floor than while it's in the car. So just a little tip, but yeah, that's pretty much what you gotta do. So I'm draining out the coolant, and I thought about something that I just wanted to make sure that you guys know. If you already pulled the engine, then you probably know this, but a lot of times I won't do this and it'll bite me in the butt so hard later on, pause. But what I do now, what I make sure I do, you can drain the engine oil if you want to. That doesn't make the mess. But make sure you drain the transmission. That will make the biggest mess, because when them axles are out and you go like, say you take it out and you sit on the ground somewhere, it don't sit flush, it leans one way. And when it lean like that, it'll just pour out oil everywhere. So if you don't do nothing else, the engine is okay. Yeah, you should drain the engine oil, but a lot of times I just don't bother with it. But that transmission has to be drained because that thing will make the biggest mess when those axles get pulled out of the backside because that's why you got the seal and stuff where the axle is, because the fluid actually runs around the axle, like where you put it into the trans. Pause. So when you take them out, you got two big holes, pause, that it'll leak out of. Pause. But yeah, anyway, back to the registered programming. As you can see, in literally all of 10 minutes at the most, I've already got pretty much everything out. On CGs, there is a third bolt down here for the battery tray. Luckily, someone must have been in this engine before because they already had that out and I never put it back and they didn't either. So shout out to you, whoever you are that took the battery box out before me. You got two up here and then you got one that be under it. And the best way to get that bottom one is actually under the car. And so I was dreading that, but it was already out. So big shout out to them. But yeah, draining out the coolant now, and then I'm gonna probably switch over, drain the trans, and yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and get this radiator took out. Once we've gotten the radiator out, that's pretty much everything that's in the way of the engine. We're gonna pull all of this stuff back, but it's a lot easier once you got the radiator out. There's gonna be a lot more room here, and on CGs, man, you just have like a shit ton of room in the front here. So once you got the radiator out, man, it's like everything's just open and free and you can get to everything really easy. So the only downside is the back of the CG is really hard, like where your TPS and stuff is, it's kind of pushed under the firewall. So, but the front, super easy.
There's something that won't let me forget the way that you move. You tattooed me with your lips. I wore you like perfume. We were like no other, two hearts on the edge, but we went from lovers to just being friends. Played me like a song stuck in your head, but you still get my blood rushing. Dance with me, baby, take away the pain. Dance with me, baby, you can lead the way. Dance with me, baby, a cure for the heartbreak. Dance with me and let this old record play. Let it play, baby. Let it play, baby. Dance with me and let this old record play. I know you see me cross the room, let's skip to the end. I wanna be what keeps you sleepless past 3 a.m. I know that we're toxic, but I like the thrill. I'd be 6 feet under, it looks good, kill. Let's go back to where it all began and get too close as fast as we can. Dance with me, baby, take away the pain. Dance with me, baby, you can lead the way. Dance with me, baby, a cure for the heartbreak. Dance with me and let this old record play. Let it play, baby. Let it play, baby. Dance with me and let this old record play. I know this gets so complicated. You lose your mind just to change it, and tomorrow you'll regret it. But until the morning, dance with me, baby, take away the pain. Dance with me, baby, you can lead the way.
So we got everything undone up top. All that's left is to pop the axles out. I've already drained the transmission, and yeah, we should be good to go. We should be able to hook the horse to it and snatch this baby up out of here.
Baby, a cure for the heartbreak. Dance with me and let this old record could play. Let it play, baby. Let it play, baby. Dance with me and let the soul record play.
Engine is out of the car, and that's pretty much where I'm gonna leave this for today. Sometime maybe, I don't know, it might be Tuesday before I come mess with it again. I'm gonna pop this trans off and check that clutch out, which I'm probably gonna end up putting a new one. I got a fresh one back in the corner back there, so I probably end up throwing that in there anyway. But yeah, it's amazing how much water that the block holds. As soon as you take that rear hose off, it'll just pour it everywhere. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna probably just end this video here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you're excited for this car, leave a like, and yeah, I will catch y'all next time. Remember, respect our bills. Peace out.